Hello everybody, we're back again, and I don't know, Ian, have you had a look back at any of our Cloud 2020 Insights videos? I know.
Yes.
Same thing happens for me. I look at myself and think, you thought you looked okay. Anyway, that leads me nicely into our topic for today, and we thought we would talk about Cloud 2020, who we are, what we do, why we do what we do, how we do it, that kind of thing. Now we're only going to have 10 minutes because we don't want to overload people's days. And you and I, as people know now, can talk forever about this stuff. But I think it'd be useful for people to understand kind of where we came from, really, in Cloud 2020. So can I ask you a bit about the history? I know that you've done all kinds of things in your life. Skipper of a boat, submarine maybe?
Not a submarine.
Not a submarine? Okay.
I have driven submarines, but not as a skipper.
Okay. And all kinds of other stuff, careers, advisory service, that kind of thing. But SitNexus, I think, came before Cloud 2020.
Yeah, that's right. When I left my last job, because the company I was running was sold, and I decided I didn't want to go to the new company taking it over. I actually set up SitNexus to actually support charities because I for various reasons, I'd spotted that charities could buy very heavily discounted software from the likes of Microsoft and Adobe and people like that. So I set up SitNexus to do that, and that went really, really well. But we were selling into schools in the end, and colleges, and students and teachers and charities and what have you. Unfortunately, a little outfit you might have heard of called Amazon then also decided it was a jolly fine idea too.
All right.
So put the kibosh on that fundamentally, which is a shame. But anyway, in the meantime, so that kind of cliff face. But in the meantime, this whole cloud thing has started to kick off, and we got into doing the cloud bit around what is now Microsoft 365, but then was Office 365, and then SharePoint, and Azure, and what have you. But then Dynamics became a SaaS product, and we had a couple of customers that came to us and said, "Hey, we like this Dynamics thing. Can you help us out?" So we went in and we delivered our first couple of Dynamics deployments when it was called CRM Online in those days.
I remember, yeah.
CRMOL, and anyway, it very quickly became apparent that the team that we had then, that's what really got them excited. So perhaps against Microsoft's better judgment, who wanted us to do the whole stack, we focused down on Dynamics, and we actually stopped doing all the rest of it, the Microsoft 365, Azure, and all that. So we stopped doing that. We just focused on Dynamics. Yeah. Which actually was a really good thing to do in the end, as we now know, because it is such a massive bit of kit, and it takes all our time to keep up to speed. But I think the other important thing was we took a very conscious decision not to try and engage with the enterprise sector, where the big players, PwC and Tashi and people like that play in. We actually focused in on the SMB. Yeah. Which again was slightly radical at the time, as far as Microsoft was concerned. And but anyway, that's what we did. So that's how come we got into Dynamics as it was then, and why we're now in Dynamics 365 on the Power Platform. So yeah, that's it.
But I guess that journey for Cloud 2020 started from you seeing the idea, the concept, so SitNexus originally, and then moving over into Office 365, which comes out of selling Office products. But that Office 365 offering at that time was very new, and the ways in which you might get recompense for that as an SME were very tricky. It was supposed to be a 2-year program before you got any payback from that. And I remember in my own business at that point going, well, yeah, but what do we do for 2 years? But I think the thing about Cloud 2020, like the business that I used to run, was we were small enough to be flexible and agile. And I think that's one of the kind of, if people were to ask me about what is Cloud 2020, what's the culture, what is it like, I'd say that one of the things that we are is very flexible. We're very flexible, and responsive. And I think that is in the nature of small businesses, but it also really comes from a culture that comes from the top, really. That the person at the top, and I guess I'm talking about you there, it makes it possible for the employees to risk.
Yeah.
And they do that by operating a no blame culture, which is so important, because otherwise people won't try. They won't try because they think they're going to get blamed. And I think it is one of the things I really noticed about Cloud 2020 when I first came to work here. And I think it does mean that people are encouraged to be innovative and think outside the box. And maybe one of the things we could talk about Cloud 2020 being, because of that, is creative, which you don't often hear in technology terms, do you? But I think we are quite creative about how we approach our customers and their problems that they're trying to solve with Dynamics or Power Platform now.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is really very, very crucial, especially when because we're focused on the SMB, SMC arena. We're very almost invariably we're talking to either the owner or one at C level about their business. Now, this is their baby. This is it's really important to them. And often we have to get across to them. Look, you know your business really well.
Yeah.
We know Dynamics, Power Platform, whatever. So as long as we can work together, we can get a good understanding of what your pain points are, what your challenges are, and then we can bring to you solutions that are going to make that work. Now, what that does mean is we cannot be siloed. We can't have somebody who's an expert on customer service, on marketing, on sales. Yes, we have people really good at those, for example.
Yeah.
When we're working with a customer to work out what the plan is, what we're going to attack, we have to understand all the toys in the toy box and what they are, and how we would apply that for the customer. I mean, very often it's business consultancy we're doing at that level.
Yeah.
Backed up by this amazing bag of toys we've got to implement.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest challenges we get then is then we build this enthusiasm with a customer, and then we have to rein it back in again and go, whoa, hang on a minute. We know you want marketing, sales, customer service, project management. Yeah, we know you want all that. Let's come back to what was the original reason you came to us. What was the pain point that really is the first thing you want to nail? Let's define the project around that. And what that really means is the left and right hand boundaries of that. And that's all about data. So if it's sales, well, what's bringing the leads in? That's the left hand edge, maybe. What's creating accounts and contacts? And what's the handoff after sales, And so we can define that very clearly, put that in place. And then start the change management journey, as we both know, don't we? That's the first time you drop a piece of our work in there, there's somebody going to go, whoa, hang on a minute, that's all a bit too scary. Yeah,
because we might be working with technology, but we're dealing with people fundamentally, and we might be working in a business, but a business is made up of people. So in the end, I think possibly one of the ways that we really endeavour to create a USP, but not in that kind of cynical way, but because it just comes from where you and I are, and the other members of our team, really, that we are endeavouring to be people first and technology in the service of those people, really. And I think in that respect, it's one of the ways that Cloud 2020 is, whilst being a very small organisation, has always allied itself with Microsoft by being a Microsoft partner, staying in tune with all of those things, going to the events, making sure we stay at the front of the technology, but also that understanding that piece that comes very much from Microsoft at the moment. It is about empowerment. It is around that, and that those words sound quite big when you're talking about a small company, but I think we both feel very strongly that that's actually what we want Cloud 2020 to do, the solutions that we produce, what we want it to do for our customers, for our clients out there. I mean, if I were to ask you, give me 3 words that you feel would represent Cloud 2020, what words would you choose?
Oh,
I know, I put you on the spot there, sorry.
You have, haven't you? Agile, I think, right up there. Agile,
Yeah.
Open,
Yes.
Open to our customers and to our team, and responsive, I hope. I think what we're very lucky, we've got an amazing team, and so when we create success for a customer, it actually reflects back, and that's good. So hopefully our team get a buzz out of delivering for the customer as well, and that's really good. Which again was what excites me about an SMB. We can go into an SMB for literally weeks and change the way their business operates in a positive way.
Yeah.
And they get dashboards lighting up with things happening and seeing some real impact in weeks, and that's really exciting. But we can only do that because, as you say, we do take we do give people a head and give them the ability to go in and try stuff, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Fine, we'll go and find a way of making it work. So that's cool. That's fine. And again, the platform we're working with, Microsoft, enables us to do that. But I think trying to understand what the customers want, and then having that puzzle. Okay, how are we going to fix this for the customer? How are we going to make this better for the customer? How are we going to add value for the customer? Is such a great buzz. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think our team do as well.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I think we probably need to draw this to a close now, because we didn't want this video to be particularly long. We know people have got busy lives, and obviously we're just talking about ourselves, aren't we? So can't keep doing that forever. But I think my words, and I wrote them down earlier, I think they would be approachable, transparent and engaged. And I'd like... I think those are the ways in which we want to move through the world, through the business community, and make sure that we're kind of keeping those watchwords at the forefront of everything we do, really.
That almost sounds like we rehearsed that, because we weren't that far apart, actually.
No, we weren't that far apart. So, shall we draw this to a close? I think we're done.
Yeah. Thank you, Wendy.
Yeah, thanks very much, everybody. We really great. We really enjoy the feedback that we get, and we probably do have to watch some of them back some of the time, don't we? See you next week.